Evening, everybody. We're gonna make potholders, stars, okay? And you can do any color combination, either the dark center or the light center, you know, whichever one you like. So the first thing you need to do is cut out your fabrics. Lay this down here. Okay, you need a piece of scrap 9x9. You need a piece 2x2, 4 pieces 3.5x3.5, 8 pieces of 5x5, and then 4 pieces of 5x5, and then 4 pieces 6x6, and then you need about maybe 42 inches. You won't use it all, but 2 3/4 by about 42. Like I said, you won't use it all. Then you need some fabric for your backing. And then you need some Insulbright. Okay, and you might need like a little dab of glue. Let me get my glue. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna do is take your piece of scrap and you're gonna fold it long ways and iron that. You're just gonna find the middle. And then fold it one more time. To get your middle. So we have our middle right here. Then take your 2x2 piece and do the exact same thing. Fold it and fold it. And then you're just going to glue this right to the middle. Let's see if I got the right glue. That might not be the one. So just put a little dab on each corner and a little in the center. And then just place it down so you kind of have the center. Then flip it over and let it dry for a second. So while that's drying, take your 3.5x3.5, and you're gonna fold it. And then what you're gonna do is bring your corners up. So they match. And press it. So you have a piece like this. Okay, I'm gonna get these done. Okay, I have my 4 pieces. And what you're gonna do is right in the center, you're gonna put that point and try to even up your seam and your piece of material right there. And then you're gonna sew down right here. So just try to get this as straight as you can. Okay, and then like with a 1/8 inch seam, you're gonna sew it down. Then take your other one, go to the opposite side and line it up. Okay, and sew that down. Then take your next piece. Get that right down there. And sew it down. And then your last piece. So you'll have a piece like this. So then you're gonna go back, and also you need a little ruler. Okay, so the next step, you do the same with your 8 pieces. So just fold it in half, and then bring up your corners. And this is all scrap material that I'm using. And just try to get your points really sharp. So then you'll have a piece like this. All right, let me do the other 7. Okay, come back to your sewing machine. I have all 8 of them. Okay, now your first row is going to be 3/4 of an inch from your first point here. So the corner, you know, your middle right here. You want it 3/8, or 3/4, I mean. About right there. So put a square, or put your triangle down and try to line it up with your line right here. And I usually put it on and then I'll measure it. Okay, so right there, and that's gonna come down a little. Okay, then you're gonna sew 1/8 of an inch seam down here. Okay, turn it around and do the same thing. Measure 3/4 of an inch. And try to get it as straight as you can. And sew that down. again, turn it, measure 3/4 of an inch, place it down, get it as straight as you can. Sew it down. Turn it again. Measure. Straighten it. And tack it down. Okay, now your second row, well, actually your third row, but 1, 2, you're gonna move your ruler to a 1/2 inch. And then you're gonna come and lay this on top. So this one's on top of this one, of these two. Measure a 1/2 inch. Okay. Get it straight and tack it down. All right, let me get these done and I'll be back. Okay, come back to your sewing machine or your ironing board. Take your 4 5x5s in your next color and do the exact same thing. Bring up your corners to make your triangle. And you need 4 of these. And then you're going to go back to your sewing machine and we'll tack these down. Just try to get your corners nice and pointy. Okay, now we'll go back to the sewing machine. And you're staying at a 1/2 inch now. So then you place one of these on top of each centerpiece, I call them. So just measure. It's a 1/2 inch. And you're going to tack it down. Get it straight. Okay, and let me get the other 3 done. So then you're just going to go on top of these 2, and these 2, and these 2. And I'll be right back. Okay, now you're going to have something like this. Now we're going to do the corners. And the corners is a different fold. So let me come over here. And what you're going to do, get this down just a little so you can see. Okay. Is you're going to go and fold it upwards. Okay. And press it down. Then you're going to bring each corner up to this corner. So you're going to make a square. And just try to get your points. Sometimes you have to just kind of just play around with it just a little. Okay. So then you have a nice point. Okay, I'll do it one more time. So bring it upwards. Make a triangle. And then bring each corner up. Get your point and press it. Sometimes it's hard with darker material, you can't. Okay. All right, let me finish these other two. Okay, so this is what you have. So now we're going to go to the cutting board and have your ruler and your rotary cutter. And you're just going to get these as even as you can. And you're going to trim it off. So what I do is I'll bend it down so that's even. And it's pretty square. And I just kind of check. Okay, so now what you're going to do is get your Insabright. And you're going to cut a piece that matches this size. Let me find my scissors. Okay, then get your backing. Let me just iron this a little. Get this out of here. Get out of there. Okay, then put this on top. And then you're just going to cut this. Okay, get your pins. So then you have your top piece, Insabright, and your back piece. And go around and pin each seam. And what you're going to do is we're going to go back to the sewing machine. Okay, let's go back to the sewing machine. And let me show you what you're going to do. You're going to sew in between here, and you're going to come down, sew in between here, and stop right here. And you're going to do that on each side. Now I have I'll do it one with this foot, and then I'll show you my other foot. So just go down the line. And I have a little tool that if they're too tight, I can like separate. Just be sure you get your points even. Spread that one open a little. And you just want to go in between those seams. So see, they're like that. Now I have, let's see where I put it. Let me see if I can get it out. Now I have a foot that I usually use, and it is has a little piece, and it will allow me to go in between the ditch, but I'll do it this way. So then you're going to do each corner first. So come back and just keep checking your back. Start with your needle down and go right in between your folds. Okay, let me get these done. And then we'll go on to the next step. Okay, once you have all 4 corners done, come back and do your sides down the seams. Okay, and here it is. So you have a bunch of thread here, so just kind of twist it, and then you're just gonna cut it. Then we're going to go back to the cutting table, because sometimes your batting will move, and just go along your sides again and kind of trim it up. And you do get some, so here's your back, here's your front. Okay, now we're gonna make the border. So take your material, remember this is 2 3/4 by about 42. Okay, fold this in half and iron it. Now we're going to go back to the sewing machine. Okay, so here's your border. So the first thing you're going to do is this open edge is going to go across here. Okay, so just start and pin it. So pin it down till you get about, I don't know, ½ inch maybe away from it. Okay, so you have it like this. So you're gonna sew down here till you hit about 1/4 of an inch and you're gonna stop. So let's do that. And this is a 1/4 inch seam. And go slow so your machine can take all this thickness. And come down to about 1/4 of an inch. And back stitch. Okay, then come back 1/4 of an inch, and you're gonna turn and come off on your corner. And cut your thread. Now what you're gonna do is you're going to fold your material upwards so it's even, a straight, and it's even with your corner. So fold it, then you're gonna come back down and get it even. It's hard for me to do when I'm videoing. Okay. Okay. And pin right here. Okay, so you have a fold right here. Okay. So put it back in and start again, sewing it down till you hit 1/4 inch again. Okay, back stitch, come back, get even with your corner, turn, and come off. So you're going to do that again. You're going to bend it so it's even, and then come back and be sure it's even, and you can pin it. And start again. Okay, come to to 1/4 inch, back stitch, front stitch, and turn at your corner. Okay. You can do the same thing. Be sure it's even. You can pin it. You're going to open up this one, your first flap, because you're going to stop. Oops. You're going to stop right here. Okay, so keep sewing. Get that even. And I sometimes put a pin right here so I know to stop. Okay, back stitch, front stitch, and cut. So this is what you're going to have. And you're going to go to your iron, and you're going to iron this. Let me get my light over here. So just iron your corners. That way you can check, be sure that you caught all your material. And then you're going to just flip it upwards. Okay. Now, the first thing you're going to do is just pin this corner. You might have to pull it up just a little. You want to be sure that it's going to cover this. So just pin it. Okay, get your ruler and your scissors. And you're gonna have this, put your ruler where that fold is. And you're gonna do about 5.5, 6 inches and cut. Okay, then you're gonna fold this edge and press it. Okay, then you kind of lift up the pot holder so that kind of gives it that seam. And you're going to turn this and you're going to press it. So you want to try to get it even right here. Press it. Okay. Now you're going to turn this and match your ends. And put a pin right there, right at the beginning. Put another one. And another one. Okay. And I usually just press. Okay. Now you're going to come and you're going to put either a clip or a pin right here. pull up your corner. And to make a really good corner, take a straight pin and run it up. And then pull your corner down and pin it. And I'll show you. And there's your corner. So turn this around, pin again. You take your long pin, drag it upwards, and push on the top and pull. Okay. Tack your middle, and the same thing. Take the long pin and drag it upwards and pull your corner down. And place a pin right here. Okay, now we're going to go to the sewing machine, and you're going to sew as close as you can to your edges. When you get to your corner, stop right where the corner ends, and then come down, stop, sew, stop. Then once we get here, you're going to come down and you're just going to sew this together, and then we'll fold it up and I'll show you how to make the hook holder. Okay, so I'll go down one row and then I'll finish it, and then I'll come back on. Okay, so start with your needle down, get it as close as you can. Oh, let me get my light over here. Okay, close to the edge as you can. And like I said, you might have to go slow. It's going through a lot of thicknesses. Got your pin. Okay, sometimes you have to go back because the material moves sometimes, but not too bad. Look at that. Okay. Go right to the edge. A little more. Okay. Turn it. And keep going around, and then I'll be back. Okay, once you have this sewn, you turn it and you're just going to sew this band. Be sure that it is even. So sew down. I might have missed a little. Okay, hold on. Okay. Close as you can. Okay, so there's that. So what you're gonna do, I'm sorry, I keep going down and up here. Okay, so what you're gonna do, take this and straight wrap it around your finger and straighten it up in the back. And then what you're going to do is sew this down. So 4 sides. 1, turn, another, up, cross, stitch and then clean up your threads if you got any. Just check it. Okay, then come back to your ironing board and you're just gonna press that down. And there you go. So that's the pot holder for tonight. Tomorrow I think I'm going to make a new shirt. I just got a pattern. I got a couple patterns today. I think I'm gonna do that and maybe throw in like the scrubbies or the refrigerator handles. I gotta see which ones I want to do. Then next week, I know I have an order for 12 of the braided placemats, which I'll show you how to do those. You need to purchase the template and the book, but this is it. And I've made tons of these. And if there's anything else that you would like to see me make, you know, just leave a comment. I got 2 shirt patterns, some pajama pants, you know, and I have a few other things like the towels and the scrubbies, the jar openers. What else was there? There's a few other things I can't think tonight. But anyways, here's your pot holder. And this is what my kitchen is out of. That's why I made one, because I don't have one that matches my kitchen stuff. But anyways, I hope this helped somebody. You know, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. It will really help me out. And then I will see you tomorrow. Like I said, if there's something you want to see being sewn or you're having problems with the pattern, I mean, I can always pick up the pattern and make it and try to help you out with it. All right, so you all have a good evening, and I will see you tomorrow.